there are people in our lives that come and go. You can't control other people.
What did you learn throughout this whole journey?
That realization made me realize that, yes, I have money, I have the time, pero parang may kulang, may hinahanap talaga ako. Gusto kong masagot yung mga what-ifs ko. Look for something that you enjoy doing. If we don't enjoy what we're doing, ang daling mag-give up.
Hey guys, welcome back to Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. My name is Alec Cuenca and I am your host. Welcome back to another episode. And I'm so happy that you clicked on this episode because we're going to have a lot of fun on this episode. We're going to be talking about a lot of things that I am personally curious about. Dahil yung kasama natin today is a person that if you meet in person, I could tell you, she just has this really good energy and good vibes that just spreads throughout the room. Sobrang contagious ng kanyang warmth and backstage we were just talking about other things, and then nagdala din siya ng LA Bake Shop, which is like really one of our favorites. So I'm just so excited to really have on this show one of, I could say, the kasabayan ko ng mga matagal nang nagpo-podcast and now is creating a lot of content about her life and her family's life. So I'm super excited to welcome on the show Prax. Welcome to the show, Prax.
Hi, Alec. Thank you for
Hello.
having me.
Yes. Yeah. And again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking your time. I know na galing ka lang ng reunion kanina.
Oo,
Sakto lang.
Sakto. Kaya nung in-invite niyo ako, I was so parang excited kasi sakto, magmamanila din ako.
Oh, okay.
Sabi ko, okay, let's do it. Parang meant to be.
Yeah, super aligned. So I'm just really happy. I think we're gonna have a lot of we have a lot of things to talk about. But I want to start off with this video that you have, your most viral video, the one with 15 million views.
Okay.
Okay, etong you created this like POV, uuwi si Yaya era. I think we could pakita natin siya.
Maganda if makita nila,
Makita
no?
ng mga tao. We could put it up sa edit na lang. But can you share the story behind this? Like, what was this all about?
Alam mo, yan yung one of my favorite video. Uuwi si Yaya Ira of me and Marcos. And sabi nga namin ni Nicole na dami na nating videos, pero ito yung naging viral. And every time meron ako mamimit, kahit na matagal na siya, may nakakaalala. And ang reaction is, napaiyak mo ko sa video na yun. Okay, marami nag-resonate. So the video was about me and Marcos, nag-uusap kami. So one of our bonding moments kasi, so I'm a mom of 2 boys. So Marcos is 5 years old, Titus is 2 years old, so very young.
Yeah.
And one of our favorite things to do is eat. And we make sure na pagkakain, as much as possible, nasasamahan namin yung kids kasi doon kami nakakapag-usap. So at that time, yung yaya niya is uuwi na. So sinabi ko kay Ira, Ira, nagpaalam ka na ba kay Marcos?
How long na si Yaya with
That time, nung umalis siya, kasi it was a year ago 1 year na rin siya sa amin.
Okay.
So alam mo, naging close na rin talaga sa mga bata, kay Marcos in particular. So sabi ko, alis na siya, nagpaalam ka na ba? We make sure kasi if our angels would leave, they would say bye din sa mga kids because syempre part sila ng household, di ba? So sabi ni Marcos, nagpaalam na siya. Okay. And sabi ko, it's about talking na sinabi ni Marcos, kung gusto ko, babalik siya. Kasi alam naman natin, may mga tao, hindi naman yaya lang pero there are people in our lives that come and go.
Yeah.
Minsan, gusto nilang bumalik, pero circumstance just doesn't align na hindi sila makakabalik.
Yeah.
And for a kid, we always want to be honest with them. Na at that point, alam kong may chance na hindi siya babalik. Tama. So at that point kasi, babalik pa siya. Basta eventually hindi siya babalik. Ang sinabi lang ni Marcos is, pag gusto ko, babalik siya. And as a mom, paano ko sasagutin yun? Nagulat ako. Marcos and Titus, yan yung name ng 2 kids ko. They were named na, medyo geek. Sila stoic philosophers.
Yeah.
Si Marcos Aurelius, di ba? Si Epictetus. So, isa sa mga namin values. Di ba? Epictetus talaga yung name ni Titus.
Okay.
Value namin is, you can't control other people. So, ang sinabi ko sa kanya, Marcos, hindi natin kontrolado yung ibang tao. If gusto niya, babalik siya. If hindi natin siya makakontrol. And I think that value or reality, maraming nakaresonate. Kasi sa buhay natin nga, hindi talaga natin kontrolado ang maraming bagay.
Yeah.
Diba? Be it love life, yon about yaya leaving, pero pwede rin sa love life, or sa parents natin, or friends natin. So, yun yung video na yun.
Paano, were you always in the habit of like recording like those moments? It was kind of like parang once in a lifetime moments. But if people would go to your account, they would see a lot of these like really candid moments with Marcos and Titus. Ano ba yan? Habit mo ba yan na parang i-record lang, ang mag-document lang?
Okay, ever since kasi baby sila, nag-video naman talaga tayo. Like, I'm sure marami sa mga magulang ang hilig mag-video ng mga kids.
Yes.
Kasi cute talaga nila for memory's sake and ang bilis nilang lumaki. Tama. So, it's just a habit of taking videos ng mga anak ko. Kasi any parent would do that. Pero in particular, if you're asking me dun sa moment na yon, quite a story. Before kasi kami nagkaroon ng documentation about our family, I was already delving into content creation.
Yeah.
Okay. And walang nanunood nun, wala namang like nagbabayad, wala namang deals, pero like ako and my husband kept doing it because we love creating content. It's something we enjoy doing. Kaya ngayon nga na nag-uusap kami, wow, ang swerte natin. Very thankful kami that we're able to do what we love doing. Kasi even before, we were thankfully earning somehow from it, wala talaga. Pero ginagawa namin. So anyhow, going back, is it a habit? Ang nangyari lang dyan is, so gawa-gawa kami, YouTube, yan. Puro YouTube noon eh. Short form, pero medyo long siya. Hindi siya real na 30 second. Ang YouTube, like, 3, 5 minutes, 10 minutes pa, diba? Or more. Yan yung mga format. And then sinabihan lang kami ng mga staff namin na mas bata, Ma'am, ba't di nyo try mag-post sa TikTok? Kasi ko, hindi ko marunong yan. Ano bang ipopost dyan? Kasi ang alam ko mahaba. Wala nanonood ng mahaba back then. Sabi niya, try lang natin. Ano bang ginagawa nyo? Video nyo, yung ginagawa nyo araw-araw. Kasi yun naman yung full-time mom din kasi ako.
Okay.
So, wala, kumakain kami, naglalaro. O yun, sabi niya, try nyo lang.
Yeah.
So one time, sa kainan namin, okay, kasagsagan to ng food training with Marcos.
Okay.
Meaning, sinasamahan ko na talaga siya kumain because there was a time, daming kwento, naging picky eater siya. Ang gusto nilang niya kainin, pasta, rice, tinapay. Alam mo yung tagal mo nagluto, tapos hindi kakainin. So wait, parang may mali. At saka yung nutrients, pwede ba?
Meron palang food training.
Meron din.
Okay. Anong ginagawa sa
ang
food
daming
training?
kwento, no?
Okay, go.
So anyway, we read this book. Anyway, wag ko rin iba-backstory. Basta we read this book. One of the principle is, eating should be a fun activity, a bonding activity. Parang French, di ko sure yung title, pero parang French kids eat anything ata. Parang ganon. Parang nagiging bonding moment ang eating. Make it fun for the kids. So, yun yung ginawa namin. Instead na iniiwan ko lang siya, nagmamadali ako kumain, what if mag-usap talaga kami? Mag-banter kami, like friends do, di ba?
Yeah.
Over, kanina, galing lang ako with my friends, reunion, tagal namin nagla-lunch. Pero hindi naman kami kumakain the entire time, nag-uusap kami. So, that was the process.
Okay.
Kaya every time we eat, siguro 40 minutes to 1 hour.
Okay.
Matagal siyang thing for us. So,
Hindi lang siya basta makakain at
Hindi.
tapos na. Okay.
Hindi. Yon. Ngayon, sabi ko, sige. Sinamahan ko si Marcos, meron akong baso sa harap. So, sa harap ko, ayan, baso, literal, may baso. Phone ko, tinayo ko. Ayan, phone ko. Katayo siya. Tapos naka-roll lang siya. O sabi ko, mag-record lang tayo ngayon. Wala lang kami. O sige, nag-roll lang kami. Tapos nag-uusap-usap lang kami.
Yeah.
Tapos the second day, nag-record na naman ako. Sabi ko, Ma'am, wala pa kayo na-record? Sabi niya, meron na. Kaya lang parang hindi naman siya interesting. Wala naman nangyayari.
Yeah.
Sabi ko, tingnan niya. Tinignan. Tapos tawa siya ng tawa.
Mm.
Sabi ko, ba't natatawa ka? Okay yung mga to. Sabi ko, ha? Anong okay dyan? Because for me, it's a natural thing to talk to Marcos as an adult. Para kami mag-friends kung mag-usap. Pero para sa iba pala, like our staff nga, our team, nakakatawa siya. Sabi niya, tara, edit natin. So we edited it. una naming pinost is yung buko juice na natapon na nag-viral agad. First post, parang millions of views.
Wild.
Wait lang!
First video sa TikTok.
First video.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
As in, sabi ko, tuloy, oo. Kasi sabi ko, seryoso ba to? Okay. So sabi niya, ma'am, pagka ganyan, kailangan next video natin. Sakto, may mga videos nga ako na tinignan siya, tawa siya ng tawa. Sabi ko, seryoso ka? Nakakatawa yan? Oo, sabi niya. So, learning lang namin eventually that minsan the interesting things are those in front of us. Tama ba yung English ko?
Yeah.
Basta yung mga interesting na bagay, nasa harap lang natin. Nag-overthink lang ako. Like, we used to write whole script of mga productivity.
Because you were already creating content before.
Yes.
Na sobrang tagal na.
Tagal na.
Ilang years na?
Years na eh. Quite some time na rin. So, ang tagal na. We enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
But then, it's those simple moments pala na in front of me, I thought na ordinary. Interesting pala. Simple enough, very authentic, totoo, and relatable. Kasi sabi ko nga, paano kaya nag-viral to? I'm sure a lot of kids are like Marcos na curious, they speak their minds,
Yeah.
they're very frank, they ask questions. And sabi ko, ang swerte lang na we're able to document it and share it to others. So, yung iba, nakaka-resonate sila, ay, ganyan din yung kids ko. 'Di ba? Or others naman would see na, ay, ang saya naman dyan sa house nyo, paano ba yan? Or some would say, paano? Ba't nagtatagalog siya? Yung nagiging interested na sila on how we are as a family.
Yeah.
Ay, ang haba ng sagot ko.
No, I love it. I love it. Ang ganda. I think nakuha ko yung parang POV kasi people would just see the content na nagba-viral but hindi naman nila alam yung mga gantong story eh. Na may proseso papunta doon and then almost always like people or like the successful people that I met through content are like they also got this like break na parang one viral video changed everything for them.
Totoo.
But it usually comes from yung mga unexpected na videos na parang yan pa yung nag-viral, parang gano'n, di ba? So, ang ganda lang kasi na story mo na you've been creating content for a very long time tapos biglang eto na, nasa phone mo na, eto pala yung first video na magva-viral agad on TikTok, di ba? So, I think it's really interesting. Looking back for you, personally, what was this kind of like journey in terms of like the whole content creation process? Like, kasi nag-start ka I know kayo ni Yani nag-meet kayo before sa content creation din. Like podcasting. But before you're just doing it for a hobby or as a hobby. And then right now, you're doing it full time. Tama?
Yes.
So like what can you share like what did you learn throughout this whole journey?
Ngayon, feeling ko nagsisimula pa rin din kami. Very far from our goal or where we want to be, 'di ba? Kasi may mga idol tayo, 'di ba, na gustong maging. So, ang layo-layo pa. Pero feeling ko, malayo na rin. Okay, so, with the whole process, every time we pause, kami ng husband ko would say, we're very thankful. Because even if, ngayon, thankful kami that we're able to do it full-time. Pero, ano ang key? Ginagawa na namin siya even if walang nanonood. Even if walang nanonood, walang nakikinig, day in, day out, we've been putting out content. Like sa podcasting, we've been doing like daily, may challenge kami. Every day, we've been recording sa videos namin. We write scripts. So it's something that we enjoy. Kaya ngayon, sabi ko, wow, thank you. It's a mixture of hard work and luck. Lagi naming sinasabi, it's just, hindi lang siya hard work eh. May opportunity and luck din na, okay, sa moment na to, nag-work siya. Pero combination siya. Dahil hindi rin natin ito magagawa if hindi natin na-enjoy, hindi tayo naging consistent, hindi natin siya pinut out or yung content.
Yeah.
So I think if merong a learning is look for something that you enjoy doing. Kasi may kausap ako kanina dun sa reunion namin. What I'm doing, parang medyo mahirap siya for them. Like, taking videos, speaking in front of the camera. But for me, it's something I enjoy doing. Pero sabi ko, you know what? What you do is something naman na parang hindi ko rin siya magagawa ng ganitong level kung paano ko ginagawa. So, be it content creation or wherever career you are or anong gusto nyo, just make sure you're enjoying it. Even if no one is watching or looking, ginagawa mo siya.
Yeah.
So, yun yung learning.
Yeah, ang ganda. Na parang a lot of people do it so that they could get the approval of others or para, alam mo yun, parang they could look cool. But at the end of the day, if you just do it because you love doing it or you enjoy doing it, parang yun din yung pinaka-sustainable na paraan para I mean, I could relate kasi for me, if I always show people the history of like small talk. And like for the first 8 months, never akong nagkaroon ng more than 50 views in a month. 8 months. And I was posting every single week. So parang, and if people would ask me like, bakit mo pa rin yan ginagawa? Like, maybe on the 8th month na parang, grabe, 8 months mo na yung ginagawa. Never ka pang nag-51 man lang. Like, 50 lang talaga yung highest views mo. But for me, I just really enjoyed it. Na, ewan ko, sobrang saya rin na may 50 na, knowing na may 50 na tao na posibleng nakinig nun, di ba? Parang dun pa lang, sobrang excited ko na. Kaya, hanggang ngayon, nagpo-podcast pa rin ako. Kasi, regardless of may nanonood or wala, I mean, you know, I still do it. Okay?
Alam, sabi nila, yung word na ikigai, tama, no? Kasi, ano yung song na yan ngayon eh? Di ba may song?
Meron.
Meron. Sinong kumanta nun? Ako?
Ikigai?
Ikigai. Kinakanta ni na Marcos tsaka Nicole.
Ha?
Yeah! Tama ba?
Hindi ko sure.
Okay.
Hindi ko sure.
So,
anyway.
Oh, Dionela. Okay.
Talaga?
Meron. Kaya ko lang na bring up because sa car, mahilig sound trip si na Papa Nix and si Marcos. So, nakikisama na rin ako, pati si Titus. And tinanong ni Marcos, anong meaning nun? So, kasi kinakanta niya, anong ibig sabihin nun? Di ba? Anong title niya? No? Ikigai. Anong ibig sabihin? So, in-explain namin, it's something you enjoy doing, something people are willing to listen to you or let you do it, and they pay you for it. And it's something na you feel alive when you do it. Parang it's your purpose. Yeah. Yung ganon. Yeah. So parang for a kid to ask that question and for us to answer it, na isi-simplify mo, parang ay, ang ganda bigla ng meaning kasi sobrang simple niya enough na, okay, right now, very thankful ako that we've found yung ikigai nga natin na, okay, kasi may mga times, you know, content creation sometimes gets tough din, challenging. Especially with magpo-put out ka ng content, yung mga deadlines din, of course. And sinabi namin, if we don't enjoy what we're doing, be it content creation or whatever it is, ang daling mag-give up.
Yeah.
But if you find something that you're enjoying, people are finding value in it, they enjoy watching you, and they give you or pay you to do it, wow, diba?
Yeah. So yun din para ang ikigai.
Oo.
Parang, I love that concept so much, and happy naman ako na meron talagang kanta pala na talks about it. But I'm very curious about your conversations with Marcos. Dahil you mentioned kanina din na you talk to him like an adult.
Yes.
What's the reason or what's the science behind that? bakit ganon? Bakit ganon siya?
Sige. Siguro, magandang muna is yung communication namin with our kids.
Okay.
Nagsimula yan, nung batang-bata pa sila. So, syempre, panganay ko si Marcos, kaya siya lagi nasasabi ko, no. Una, nung nag-usap kami, lagi, marami kasi nagtatanong, uy, ang galing Tagalog siya. Okay, natutuwa sila to hear a kid speak in Tagalog. So, feeling ko tatahi din to sa answer ko na, nung bago pa lang siyang kakapanganak, sure, as a first-time mom, English ko rin siya kausapin. So, English yan.
Yeah.
Eh, dumating yung point na sabi ko, wait, parang hindi ko na kaya kasi hindi ko siya first language. Yeah. Lumaki ako sa family na Tagalog. My husband naman Kapampangan. Eventually, he learned Tagalog. So, Tagalog talaga kami mag-usap. Pero may mga videos pa ako, ilang months siya, 3 months, 6 months. Oh, you eat that. Oh, wait, you stop. Don't touch that. Ganon. Ganon eh, may kaka-accent ako pag nag-English ako.
Bakit kaya ganon, no?
Eh, di ko nga alam. Do you like that? Is it delicious? Yummy! So, medyo pag pinapanood ko, wait lang, hindi ata normal for me. Tapos dumating yung point na, Sabi ko, paano kaya kung nagagalit na tayo? Paano tayo magalit in English? Parang sabi ko kay Nicole. Tapos, paano kaya pag nag-start na siya magtanong, paano ko sasagutin, why is the sky blue?
Yeah.
Why do I need to sleep? Di ba? Why do I need to take a bath? Hello? So anyway.
Grabe, natatawa talaga ako. Kasi marami talaga mga bata ngayon, mga Englishero, as in like, maybe it's because of their access to YouTube din, na parang, they hear a lot, they watch a lot. So sila din English. But anyway, sige, go ahead.
Okay, so,
Natatawa talaga ako.
kami ni Nicole, na-imagine lang namin, sabi namin, hindi ata namin kaya i-communicate well to them yung mga sagot doon. Or kung magalit man kami, you stop doing that. You don't touch that. Hindi ko.
Already.
Oh, I told you already. Hindi ko na ma-expound. Gets mo? So, doon nag-start with, okay, ba kailangan na natin mag-Tagalog? Just because our first language is Tagalog. Pero I would understand kasi, if our first language is English, and madali mag-explain sa akin doon, why not?
Yeah.
Actually, kung sa kanya Kapampangan, gusto nga niya, why not? Sabi ko, Kapampanganin mo kung doon ka madaling mag-communicate, di ba? Nasanay na lang kami na Tagalog. So, okay lang, whatever your first language is, it's just, sa amin, Tagalog talaga. Ngayon, ano na ba, tanong ako kay conversation. So, Tagalog kami. Nag-start na kami mag-shift doon. And naging mas, malumanay. And pag nagsalita ako, mas normal. Like, how I would talk to you, that's how I would talk to Marcos. So, feeling ko nga minsan, pag kinakausap ko sila, ay, mamaya na may gagawin tayo. Parang, shucks, wait lang, anak ko yun pero okay lang. Parang feeling ko kasi kausap ko, ka-age ko. Okay, so anyhow, doon nag-start na, we talk to them as adults. If they ask us questions, we answer them the best, yung best na kaya namin. Kung paano mo ako tanungin ngayon, kukwento ko rin sa kanya ng ganito. Ano ba yung mga kwento namin ganyan? Marami na Pero, nag-start yan nung hindi pa sila nagsasalita sign language. Okay.
Tinuruan mo sila ng
Mag-sign language. Oo. Inakala pa nga, nung mga 2 years old, sa sign language siya, akala pipe. Si Marcos. Oo, kasi nagsa-sign language siya. So, as early as newborn, how we talk to them is we talk to them like adults na full sentence na and nagsa-sign language. So, gusto mo ng gatas? Siyempre, English nun. Do you want milk? Gusto mo ng eventually kitay to second born gatas? Mag-wash na tayo. Okay, time to eat. Okay? Alam namin, na ano ko next say nagsasalita na sila or please or magte-thank you sila. Thank you. So, nagsa-sign language kami because for the first 2 years, gusto namin naiintindihan namin sila even if hindi sila verbal.
Wow.
So, kung umiyak sila, hindi ko huhulaan. Tinatry ko silang bigyan ng way to communicate back to me. So, hindi agad, months, matagal. Pero eventually, sabihin nila, gagano na sila. So, may gets mo na, gusto niya ng milk. Gusto niya kumain. Ay, gusto niya ng diaper change, ha? So, we do that. O, mag-wash na tayo. Nagkakaintindihan kami. So, nag-start yan with sign language and we speak to them like full sentence, hindi baby talk. Yan yung
okay.
ano namin.
O
sige, go.
Ano yung baby talk? Parang interest, I'm really curious. Like, how can you say like, ito yung baby talk and paano yung like adult tone sa,
Sa akin lang, as long as we use the proper words, instead na, ano ba yung, we use full sentences and yung proper words na,
do you change your tone?
I feel sa start, kasi you can't help. Okay lang naman. Okay lang naman.
Kasi pag parang baby yung kausap mo, parang nagsishrink ka din na, alam mo yun, you kind of like tone it like a baby.
Okay lang. Actually, okay lang. As long as I feel na mapipick up kasi nila yung words and how you, yun din yung gagamitin nila. Magigulat ka na lang, kanino nyo galing yung word na yun? Sa'yo pala. Kasi ikaw yung naririnig niya na nagsasalita nun. Yun, and eventually, pag kinakausap ko siya as adult, parang, wala, normal na. Mamaya ka na kumain, kakakain lang natin. Or, mama, dessert. Dessert ka na. Kailangan hapag-food muna. Ano sabi natin? Di ba hapag-food muna? Tapos dessert. Tapos snack. Naghapag-food ka na ba? Di pa. Hindi tayo kakain. Ganun siya. Or, diaper change kung newborn pa lang. Type 2, kailangan ko i-change yung diaper mo. I-help kita, ha? Magpapaalam ka kasi it's something intimate to him, So, may ganun lang na relationship
Saan mo
ba?
natutunan yung mga...
Okay. Sige, backtrack. Ako when I was feeling ko nga nung nung kami pa lang ni Nico, wala pang kids, or married pa lang kami. We were talking about having kids. Siya, very excited. Sabi ko, ilang kids gusto mo? 4. Pagtatanungin niya ako, I was indifferent. I was the one na okay lang kahit wala. Pero hindi ko sinasay out loud because not everyone would understand. And even ngayon, if people would ask me, kailangan ba magkaanak or hindi, I respect if they would say, hindi ako magkakaanak. Kasi it's a choice. Now, ako, hindi ko sasabing ayoko magkaanak. Pero okay ako kung meron, okay ako kung wala. Pero hindi ko talaga yung may gustong-gusto. Yun talaga yung possession ko. Now, eventually, basta ang haba story na ko, maubos yung 1 hour natin pag life story ko to. I-jump ko na lang muna dun sa time na we decided to settle down. Go back to the Philippines and start our family.
Bakit? Saan kayo galing? Kwento, go. We have a lot of time. Kaya natin mag-extend pa. Chara.
Okay, there was a time kasi that we did our mini retirement in Bali, Indonesia.
Wow.
Almost a year. So,
okay.
that was after getting married. Naku, ang habang kwento. Parang ang tagal, ibang tao na siya.
Parang,
di ba yan?
Ibang storya na yun.
Nanay na ako ngayon. Sige, mag-mini retirement age muna tayo ulit. Okay, so, 1 year yon, and that was when, before kasi that, I was working corporate, right? From nag-graduate ako, nag-work na ako corporate. And it was very, very fun for me because it's something I wanted. Even nung aaral ako, I was an intern sa corporate na. And sabi ko, pag ka-graduate ko, and yun kasi in-instill sa akin, you get good grades, you get a very good job, di ba? Tapos you work really, really hard. And excited ako kasi, yan, sales ako nun. Tapos eventually, nag-sales ako, dami ko natutunan, yan. After 7 years, almost 8 years, syempre nag-brew na rin sa utak ko na, magta-30 na ako. Kasagsagan nun ng traveling solo for women. Back in 2017, 2016 ata, or 15, tagal na. Yun yung isa sa mga goal ko. And before I turn 30 and even settle down, that's one of my goal, makapag-travel solo, even just for 6 months. Ako lang around the world. So sabi ko, hindi naman ako born into like maraming pera. So I have to really earn that money and save up for it. And I did. Talagang trabahuhan ko. And one of my dream din sa work ko, which I eventually got, is ma-expatriate. Okay. So meaning, expatriate. So, meaning, naka-assign ako sa Philippines. I was sent abroad to work sa ibang, expat.
Okay.
So, I was able to get that 3 months lang sa Thailand. Then eventually, sabi ko, gusto ko pa. So, pinadala ko 1 year. So, sa Cambodia naman. And nung time na yun, talagang nag-enjoy ako. Yan na yun, nag-enjoy ako, etc. Magta-30 na rin ako. Sabi ko, wait. Pagbalik ko, I would say I was in the peak of my career or one of good years ko kasi pagbalik ko, pupunta naman ako from sales, magiging brand ako kasi it's my wish to learn something new. Kaya lang, I was torn between pursuing my corporate goal or yun ngang dream ko of traveling and before mag-30 and mag-settle down. Yun, nanaig yung dream ko of trying it out.
So you resigned?
Nag-resign ako.
Oh, wow.
It was a difficult decision. Kasi I was enjoying what I was doing na, imagine mo na sa ibang bansa ka nagtatrabaho, pagbalik mo.
Hindi siya yung you dreaded corporate na parang magre-resign ako. No, you loved it, you enjoyed it, except mas mabigat tong parang gusto mo talaga to mag-travel at this time.
Before ako mag-30. Talagang travel, no? Ano ba siya? Selfish. Pero yun talaga yung dream ko. Oo. So, anong nangyari nun is, it was difficult for me. Tinawagan ko yung mga directors ko, mga boss ko, etc. Even our CEO, I talked to them. I was really crying. Sabi ko, ang hirap. Yan. Pero, tinanong niya, bakit? And ang tagal kong inisip. Hindi lang sila. Even naalala ko, kinausap ako ng, syempre, grandparents ko, parents ko. Bakit ka alis dyan? Ang ganda-ganda ng trabaho mo. Ang daming may gusto ng ginagawa mo. Tapos, aalis ka dyan. Sigurado ka? May babalikan ka ba dyan? Diba? And I understand them. Ngayon na parent na ako. Diba? Biglang iwan na lang ng anak mo yung very good career niya. Tapos inisip ko talaga. Sabi ko, alam mo, sinabi ko dun sa director, umiiyak ako na, naiiyak. Ang gusto kasi before ako magpakasal and magkaanak, kaya kong sabihin sa kanila na, tignan sa mata, sabihin ko, uy, gawin mo yung gusto mo, i-pursue mo yung dream mo. Gusto ko, pag tinignan ko sila, naiiyak talaga pag na-imagine ko yun na, tinry ko man lang siya. Ay, may ganon. Parang, tinry ko man lang na, yung leap of faith na yun na, gawin ko. Para hindi ko lang sila, try mo yan, go. Malay ko ba saan sila mapupunta? Pero at least ako, in my narrative, in my story, once in my life, tinry ko siya. Once in my life. So, yun lang. And a lot of people didn't understand then. Even ako, may mga times na nako-question ko, tama ba to?
Yeah.
Kasi hindi naman pagka-resign mo, nag-book ka na ng ticket, umalis ka na at etc. A lot of things happened before I left for Bali, Indonesia. And then, you know, if you're starting on your own or exploring, nag-mini retirement pa ako, ang daming mangyayari. Now, nung nag-resign ako, sakto, nag-propose naman tong si Nicole. Naku, nag-propose. Paano na yung travel solo ko, di ba? Paano sasama ka? Paano solo yon? Okay, sige. Umuwi ako ng Philippines. We planned for our, what do you call this, wedding. Nag-plan kami ng wedding, and then before our wedding, alam mo, looking back, nakatawa yung ginawa ko. So, wedding namin was September. August, anong ginawa ko? Umalis ako for a 10-day silent retreat. It was Vipassana. So, it's a kind of sa Thailand. Sabi ko, grabe, di kaya naisip ng mga tao na parang nagdadalawang isip akong pakasalan
Cold
to.
feet na to. Ito na, kinakabahan na to.
As in, August, iniwan ko sa kanya, isettle mo yung mga down payment na yan, ganito. Hinayaan ko siya. Pero, I think, yun kasi yung sinabi ko na gusto kong masagot yung mga what-ifs ko. And one of my, ang dami kong gusto, voice lesson ako. Pag nag-enroll ako, nag-Vipassana 10-day meditation ako. What else did I do? A lot of things, no? And pagbalik ko, nagpakasal kami. He was still working sa family business nila. And after a while, sabi ko, hindi na ako umalis Aalis na talaga ako, November. Nag-settle kami, nasasama siya. So, he quit his job and that's our mini retirement.
So, siya rin nag-quit
Yes!
niya. Okay.
Doon kami tumira sa Indonesia. Dapat mag-hop kami in different countries and fall in love na kami sa Indonesia. Ubud, Bali in particular.
Wait, so the original plan was to go to different countries?
Yeah, oo.
Okay.
Kasi nag-ipon nga ako. Kasi gusto ko, pag nag-travel ako, hindi ko iisipin yung gastos. Parang, I would really try everything. Mag-yoga ako every day. Kakain ako sa labas. Beach ako. Lahat ng gusto kong gawin. Yung mga what-ifs ko sa bucket list ko, gagawin ko. Yan yung goal ko before I eventually settle down. Siyempre, alam ko, bata pa ako. May gagawin pa ako, diba? So yun, that's why we call it mini-retirement, because it was a time when we didn't have any social obligations, family obligations, friends, wala, office, work, nothing. So we felt like we were retired. As in, may pera ko. As in, enough talaga for 1 year or ilang it's a one-way ticket. And nag-book lang kami ng Airbnb for 1 week. Saan kami matutulog? Bahala na. Naghanap kami ng tirahan doon. Doon sa last day na aalis na kami sa Airbnb, doon lang kami nakahanap. Tumira kami sa local house ng Indonesian sa second floor nila. So it was an open, may kitchen kami doon, etc. That's where we lived for almost a year. And doon, nangyari yung parang retired kami. Gigising ka ng anong oras, mag-Netflix ka, mag-YouTube ka, mag-yoga ka araw-araw, mag-running ka dyan, kumain ka sa labas, go. Until we realized after 1 month, 2 months, medyo boring din pala. Boring din pala. So ganito pala yung buhay pag nag-retire ka. May hinahanap ka pa rin na, okay, nagawa ko na lahat to, and na-bore pa rin kami. But I'm thankful because that realization made me realize that, yes, I have money, I have the time, I have no obligations, pero parang may kulang. May hinahanap talaga ako.
Yeah.
So that's when we started searching, writing, blogging. Nag-offer pa kami ng free video service kasi si Nico mag-video sa mga yoga teachers doon. We created videos for them. Naging assistant pa ako nung naghahawak ng mga ilaw-ilaw. Ganon. And then, nag-double down kami sa public speaking, Toastmasters. We met a lot of digital nomads, etc. Double down on yoga. And eventually, nag-try kami ng online selling. Ang dami naming pinagdaanan until realizing na, okay, ganito pala ang life. it's a constant, parang you're looking for your ikigai. Yung purpose na gusto mong ginagawa na enjoy ka and people are listening or would want to know more about that or are
Yeah.
paying attention to you.
Ang
Ako'y,
ganda.
nasa na yung kwento ko?
I mean, I just love the story. Parang ngayon, nako-connect ko na rin siya kung bakit parang uh, at a very young age even. And ang ganda lang ng the conversations that you have with your children na as early as now, na-introduce mo na rin yung ikigai because your story speaks about, your journey of finding your ikigai. Na parang, nasa corporate ba to? Sige, try natin to corporate. Nasa retirement ba to? Nasa time freedom? Because, by the way, a lot of people, like, that's their end goal eh. To like live on an island na without any obligations and just living the life. But as you mentioned, at some point it becomes empty, it becomes hollow. Na parang, okay, but where's the purpose here? Like, ano pa? Where there's ano, saan yung sense of fulfillment? And then you started like blogging, kind of like became an entrepreneur in a sense. Di ba?
Yes, nag-dropshipping,
Oh my God.
e-commerce, online selling. Tinry namin lahat kasi we were trying to find ways na saan ba tayo makakapag-give value. Because minsan naisip mo rin na you want to be part of society na you're able to share value, give value.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Feeling mo kasi meron kang value and I believe we can learn from everyone naman that
Yeah.
we meet. It's just that ano kaya yung value na yun na pakikinggan ka ng ibang tao.
Yeah. Oo. Kasi pwede mo rin naman mahanap yan sa island. Doon ka magbigay ng
Pwede.
value, di ba?
Ayun may na-meet kami, sorry for cutting.
Sige, go.
May na-meet kami, ngayon, may na-meet kami dun sa Bali and very entrepreneurial siya. Now, he owns an island there. He created the resort and his own community there, helping locals build the island, have yung economic movement there. So
Wow.
anyway, speaking of pwede
Yeah.
rin sa island yun.
Yeah, pwede rin yun. I mean, kung doon mo mahanap ikay. But it's that higher level of fulfillment na talagang kailangan meron ka. Like, the value that you're creating, dapat meron talaga. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that.